Hey, welcome back. So today we're going to review some delay VSTs and see if we can't expand our tool chest just a little bit. Get into it. Now, first of all, we should ask the question, what is delay? Yeah, it's much better for me to demonstrate that for you. Got a quarter note hi-hat part here, and I'm going to go ahead and add the built-in fruity delay that I use all the time when I'm using this software, and give you an idea what this sounds like. You notice it's kind of bouncing the signal. You're getting like an echo like you would in a canyon. That's what delay is. So right now it's off, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. You'll hear the difference. There you go. That's me adjusting the time a little bit. That's really fast. So let's talk about what we're going to review today. First, we're going to do the Sanford Delay. Then we are going to review the Platone Studio Delay 11, and then the Echobox D7. So first up, we're going to do the Sanford Delay. I reviewed their reverb a little while back, and it was pretty good. Let's see where we're at here with this one. Okay, let's get into this thing. I'm using a quarter note synth for this so we can hear the delay. So it looks like it's got separate delay times left and right. I kind of like that. Let's try to tweak the one here. Get that right around 50 milliseconds. That's fine. And then you tweak the left one down to about half of that, maybe a little less. See what we get. Oh, okay, so then turn your feedback up so you can really hear it. That could have been more intuitive. Not sure I really like that, but these controls are pretty easy to use. So there's a filter section here, and it's pretty important. Let me tell you why. What the filter does is lets you roll off. You turn it on here, and you can roll the frequency down so that each echo is kind of more dull, and you get really interesting sounds that way. So, in addition to that, you've got a bypass here, down here in the global section. And I feel like that should be a standard feature on all effects, and we'll find out if the other effects we're reviewing today are also going to have that feature. So there's a sync feature that lets you, when you turn it on, choose notes instead of delay time. And that's useful for if you want to sync to a tempo. And that's useful for lining things up with the tempo of a song. All right, so now we're going to review the Platone Studio Delay 11. Okay, first of all, I'm a sucker for that color. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Right about there. Oh, I'm hearing stuff. There we go. So, right here you've got the time, and I'm highlighting that. That's how fast or how slow the echo is. So, let's adjust this time down a little bit here. So yeah, I see that it says tempo down here versus milliseconds. There's a little switcher knob. And feedback is how many times it repeats. Let's see what drive does. Ooh, it overdrives the delay. Kind of like that. That's a neat little trick. And then brightness makes it brighter. Dark is low end. And then balance is left to right stereo. So width doesn't sound like it's doing very much. I would say that's the one effect that isn't that great. And you got a bypass button. So next up, we've got the Echobox D7. Looks a little something like that. Looks like a stomp box. Oh, I see. All the knobs are down all the way, so Okay, now I'm hearing stuff. You gotta set the levels from 0. So, right here I'm seeing a selector switch for range. That means you've got, okay, that's like a flangey kind of thing. And then you've got looser, slapback. And then you've got a range that's super long for almost, looks like 2.5 seconds. If I'm seeing that right. Oh. Oh, it actually pitches like the old Ibanez. Reminds me a lot of the Ibanez DML-20. Back in the day, we used to have these stomp boxes called Ibanez DML-20s, and they were delays. I've never heard a VST instrument approximate the kind of sounds you could get with those delay pedals. Until now. Let's talk about winners. In third place, we've got the Sanford Delay. While this was easy to use and I did like the left and right separate delay times, there wasn't that much to it. The features that it had weren't features that you wouldn't find with any other kind of delay plugin. So in second place, we've got the Platone Studio Delay 11. There were a lot of interesting features in this one, like the overdrive and EQ, and that kind of set it a little bit above the Sanford. And the winner is the Echobox D7. Yeah, nothing has come close to that in replicating the sound I used to get out of my favorite delay effects pedal. So what I've found in the last year or so, that I've got quite a few free plug-in VST instruments and effects. So much so that I was able to use almost all of them on a brand new FL Studio template. I only had to use 2 instruments that came with the DAW. If you have any questions about audio, production, or modern recording, you can contact me at studioonaBudget@gmail.com. I also have a Linktree address at linktree/studio on a budget. See you next time.